welcome. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hi guys, happy Monday. How is everyone today? How is your Monday? Is it a Monday, or are we enjoying the Sagittarius vibes, the full moon vibes? Anybody experiencing any lower back pain or hip pain? That has to do with the Sagittarius full moon. Super Monday. Good. Hi, Luna Moon. Speaking of moons. So the moon right now is in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius rules our thighs, our sciatica, our lower back, and our hips. And so if you're feeling a lot of tightness or tension in that area, Sagittarius. And when then you think about the moon and the moon cycles, when the full moon is all about releasing or things coming to a head, things coming to fruition, this is about you really paying attention to your body, especially in those areas, because hips, when you're having hip tension or you're dealing with lower back pain or sciatica pain during a full moon in Sagittarius no less, it really is kind of focusing on the point of what aren't you releasing. When you have hip issues, it means that you're holding on to past things. You're having a hard time moving forward because you're holding on from things from the past. So right now, going forward with this full moon in Sagittarius, if you are having these hip pains, or you're having the lower back pain, or you're having the sciatica pain, it's time to go within yourself and say, what am I not letting go of? What am I still kind of playing the victim role in all of this? What part of my life is struggling right now? What am I not moving through right now? Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Alejandra. Hi, Larimer. You got your full moon. You got your monthly. Hey, Evergreen. So for a second, I want you to really focus, just for right now, kind of scanning your body. And a really easy way to do that, and we're going to kind of walk you through it right now. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. Sending you love. You can manifest whenever you want to manifest. I think that's really important for me to put out there. Your practice is uniquely your practice. And if your intuition and your guides or your angels are saying, hey, this is the perfect opportunity for you to manifest, then do it. Here's the thing. I go out of my way to not tell people what to do in their practice unless it's like you don't want them to get hurt, or they're infringing on practices that is not meant for them, like closed practices. But for the most part, one of the hardest things that I had to move through to come to full alignment, and I'm still not fully aligned. I mean, in the sense where we're all technically aligned, but as far as colloquial terms and all that other stuff, to really be ourselves and on our life purpose, because we're growing every day. And even those who have been studying spirituality for years, or practicing spirituality for years, or witchcraft for years, you know what I mean? It's like, we still have to stay open. We still have to be willing to move through this with an open heart. And when we are constantly calling out other spiritualists or calling out other people and saying, don't do it this way or don't do it that way, as long as they're not hurting anyone, they're working from ego. And I know, because I used to do this. I used to work from ego a lot, because I'm a human. And even as a spiritualist, we have human experiences. I mean, if you've watched any of the Teal Swan stuff, right? If you've seen any of that, she's a human. And chalk it up to lack of accountability or editing or whatever it is, she's still human. And we can't forget the fact or negate the fact that even if you don't believe in her, or even if you don't vibe with her energy or vibe with what she's presenting to the world, she still helped a lot of people find their way out of the darkness. So for that, that's a beautiful thing. And people have to remember, even the most enlightened are going to have ego trips, because we're human. We're human. And I think it's really important right now for all of us to remember what the goal is here. The goal is to heal. Why? Because if we collectively heal, we all raise the consciousness. And what happens if we raise the consciousness in 3D? Well, we stop arguing with each other all the time. We all get to live authentically in a place where we don't feel like we're constantly being used, abused, neglected, And, you know, the mindset of our energy and our neighbors and the people we care about can make better decisions, if that makes sense in any way. You feel me? I've been very channely lately, guys. So if you see me just sort of like, blah, that's what's going on. But I think what's most important is I will never tell you who to follow. I will never tell you who not to follow, but I will tell you to always trust your intuition. Your intuition's never wrong. It's just like, you know, women especially, we always know when our significant other is cheating because it's a woman's intuition. So if you know that that's on point and that's always right, and you're scrolling through TikTok and something that somebody you've been following for a while doesn't vibe with you and intuitively is telling you, this isn't for me, trust it. You don't need to ask anyone else. You don't need to be like, hey, Kate, or, you know, hey, you know, XYZ, what do you think about all this? Your intuition's already telling you the answer. And the more you lean on your intuition, and the more you trust yourself, and the more you actually flex that muscle, that psychic muscle of yours, the better you are going to be. See, motivation isn't the issue. Everybody has access to motivation. Everybody has intuition. None of that's not the issue. And something that I've had to accept recently is, why am I not letting go of certain things, or why am I not, you know, leveling up at the speed I want to level up with? You want to know the absolute truth? It's my lack of discipline. It's my lack of connection to myself. It's my lack of, you know, promise to myself and self-discipline to myself and commitment to myself that I'm going to do these things that I want to do for myself. You know, I want to wake up earlier. Well, I keep sleeping in because I'm not learning self-discipline in that area. I'm not, you know, doing what I need to do to commit to myself that I'm going to every single day improve in that area. It's just the truth. It's literally the truth. It's not that you don't want to change. It's not that you are unwilling to change. It's not that you're not open to change. You know, it's learning self-discipline. And, you know, I had this great conversation with my husband last night, and it brought so much, and I'm going to share it with you right now. So last night I'm laying in bed, and I was just having a tough day dealing with emotions, and, you know, I've been having a lot of hip issues, and I was like, well, come on, girl, you're a baddie spiritualist. You know exactly what's going on. You're just not being honest with yourself. You're not going deep enough. And I'm laying in bed with my husband, and I'm like, babe, what happened to me? I was so disciplined. You know, I was a gym rat, and I loved it. I fucking loved it. You know, I ate healthy. I did all these great things. You know, I was really kind of like committed to myself. And what changed? And he goes, Texas. So a lot of you who are new, Texas to me signifies probably the scariest time in my life. I was with my ex-husband, who was incredibly violent. He was like a monster. You know what I mean? He was really very violent. And that was the final year of our marriage when it was the worst. And so what was I not dealing with? I wasn't talking about what happened. One of the hardest things that I have dealt with was communicating and talking about my experiences and what I'd gone through down there, those moments. And I'm like, well, why am I having all this hip pain? What's going on with me? And he's like, because you have to talk about it. You have to get it off your chest. You can't just pretend like it never happened. I was like, but I hate talking about it. Every time I talk about it, you know, it hurts. It sucks. It makes me feel really awful and yucky and just ugh. But he's like, listen, you know, he has, I talk about my husband a lot because he's had a lot of life experience, and being my twin flame, he has inspired me to heal on myself on a level that I've never been able to even fathom that I would get to this point. And, you know, he was like, you know, well, when he has a lot of childhood trauma where his stepfather was incredibly violent and his mother kind of had checked out. And then the military, and then his ex-wife was incredibly narcissistic. He's dealt with a lot of trauma. And so at one point in his life, he said, I got to a point where I just had enough and I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't do it anymore. And so what he did was like, I finally went to therapy, and he's the reason why I even started therapy again. But he talked about how, as much as it hurt, it was that release where he was talking about his experiences and how painful it was, and how, you know, it's the exposure there, you know, whatever works for you, you know, everyone's different. So I'm laying in bed and I'm laying on his chest because I don't know about you guys, when something very grounding about that for me, you know, just feeling safe, because my whole life I've always been with men that I never felt safe with, right? So him being the first man that I've ever felt safe with, he's very grounding for me. It used to be my dog, and still is, and I think it's also why I've always been so drawn to very powerful men, very powerful pets. I have pit bulls because of all the violence I've been through, because they make me feel safe. They make me feel grounded. They make me feel like I'm okay. And it really kind of brought it back to manifesting. And the reason why I'm bringing up the story is I'm going to be really fucking honest with you. The reason why you guys, and so many of us, myself included, really struggle with manifesting is because we haven't dealt with those deep-seated emotions that we're so afraid of. We haven't talked it out. We haven't done the releasing. We haven't done the full moon releases that we've been, preaching to everyone else. All those times that we've sat there and listened to other people kind of like deal with their emotions or release the drama and the bullshit like we should be doing. As healers, as empaths, as just compassionate people, we tend to be so good at helping everyone else and then thinking that we're okay because we're so good at healing others. And so that we're like, we're okay. We're going to be fine. Because clearly if I'm so good at doing these things, I'm good. No. No. Because last night, here I am, I'm laying in my arms, and my husband's arms, and I'm crying. And I'm just releasing it. I'm letting it go. And it kind of brought me back to that point where it's like, well, what am I not doing? Why do I still feel so unsafe? And it was because here I am so focused on manifesting the material things that I feel I need in my life. My kids are up here, they're my dingleberries. Zoe, you can't eat that. Zoe, no. Give me that. Give me that. Thank you. Just trying to play with a candle. Not that it was lit, but so this is mom life, guys. This is the multitasking of it all. This is business owner, mom boss, you know what I mean? Wife, all the things. And it's hard. And one thing I've always promised myself, and I struggle with, is I will be as transparent with you guys as possible. I don't pretend to know everything. I teach you guys what I know or what I've learned. I talk about what works for me and what has worked for me. I talked about where I struggle. This is the real deal, guys. I'm not one of those spiritualist who has the cookie cutter aesthetic, because that doesn't resonate with me, and I have to be authentic to myself. I'm gonna have some water. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do in the world is just drink some water, guys. It's easy to. Hey, Audrey. So, whether we have 1,000 people in here or 5 people in here, the message doesn't change. Zoe, what's wrong, baby? You okay? I do my best to be, and I do it for me, because I used to go out of my way to kind of get all the views and do this and do that. Not to say that I don't want to do that. I don't want to have a good business, but it's it's lying to you guys. It's lying. It's literally lying, because people go out of their way to push this aesthetic of perfection and spirituality and, how they communicate with their guides or how they don't communicate with their guides. And, that's not real, and that doesn't help you guys. That doesn't inspire any of you. What inspires you guys is somebody just like me who has the same struggles as you guys. How many of you guys in here have serious social anxieties because of years of abuse, narcissistic abuse, physical abuse? Hi, Mystic Beauty. How many of you guys in here have really, really bad social anxieties? I'm the worst. I have the worst social anxieties. It's really debilitating and bad. And so sometimes it takes all of me just to leave the house. Can you recommend a protection spell? I mean, what level are you? Are you a beginner, or are you... See... Oh, girl, I feel you, Alejandra. And look at you now. Because, and it's normal. So my advice to you as a beginner practitioner is to start calling out to your angels and asking for protection. Because they're the professionals. And so ask the professionals to protect you, if that makes sense. Go, look for Archangel Metatron or Archangel Michael or even Archangel Raphael if you feel comfortable with, and just ask them to surround you with their protective energy. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, I used to think I didn't have social anxiety because I used to be like an extroverted introvert. So when I was out, I would constantly compensate and go out of my way to like be the life of the party, be really kind of like engaging, kind of like put a mask on, you know what I mean? And be like, it's why I think I'm so good at this, why I'm so good at talking to people despite my social anxieties. It also feels very safe for me because, I have this like protection of the phone, you know what I mean, where I'm in my bubble, but you're not in my bubble with me. So I have more control over the situation. People all the time ask me if I would do live readings in person. I have no interest in that because of my social anxieties. I understand what you're talking about. And if it worked for my husband, looking back at it, because like he wakes up every single morning and I see him and he just takes his meds like it's their vitamins, like they're nothing. And so, I think it's really, I'm glad you kind of brought that up because I want to talk to you guys about something, because I've really kind of thought about this for a while, and I've really struggled with this as well, where I felt like I had to like eat a certain thing or not eat certain things or do this and do that to be who I am, a psychic, And the more I would limit myself and the more I felt like I couldn't eat meat or I couldn't do this or I couldn't do that was when I was farther away from spirit. I'm going to keep it really honest with you guys. The more I didn't just experience the human experience, the farther away I was from spirit. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but it's really true. Because if you look at it like that, it's like you're constantly fighting against a mold. You're constantly not yourself. You're constantly not embodying who you are. You can enjoy the glass of wine. You can enjoy, everything that you want within moderation. And I think, it's the other thing where it really kind of freaks me out because, and I posted this just recently, it's like, you guys got to be really aware of the fact that the spiritual community has turned into the spiritual capitalist, community. And it's no longer it's not the same. You know what I mean? It's like, it's literally turned into every spiritualist trying to get rich quick. Tell me I'm wrong. I think it's all about balance. You've got to find the balance. The more I felt like the depression is fucking real when I'm not being me, when I'm not allowing myself to have the little joys in life. Absolutely. No, honey. Go over there. Thank you. I think the other thing that's really important, it's like what's killing me is like it's turning to ML. They're literally, there's no FDA, there's no limitations. Like people are going out of here and they're charging $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 for pre-recorded videos that they're calling a course. And then their goal is just like an MLM where they're trying to sign up as many people as possible so they can get as much money as they possibly can without doing the work. I got it, Owen. Have you noticed that? Because it really kind of fucks me up. Every single time I'm on Instagram or I'm on TikTok, it's like, go sign up for my course. It's only $2,000 and you sign up for this course for $2,000 and you can make 6 figures a year selling your own courses. What the fuck does that sound like? What the fuck does that sound like to you guys? That's a fucking MLM. That's a whole ass pyramid scam. Like literally a whole ass pyramid scam. And I like literally sign up for this and then you can take this course and then I'll teach you how to do the same thing. And the goal is to sign up as many clients as possible at this high price. So it's literally a fucking MLM. Literally. And it's disgusting. And there's no rules around it at this point, and the spiritual community has completely come so beyond toxic. And such bullshit. It's bullshit. Because everyone has access to the same information. And 99% of the information that you can get from these courses, you can get from YouTube or books.
Ow!
Zoe!
Ow, yeah.
And what happens is they prey on single moms or women like a lot of us in here, or even into men, you know, who want to work from home and want to make some extra money on the side or provide for their kids or, you know, whatever. And so they want to make that $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 because they don't want to go to the office anymore. They don't want to work that night, and who doesn't? And so they prey on you guys. And they want to be like, you sign up for here, you invest in yourself. It's an investment in yourself for $10,000, $20,000. And then you can build your own course, just like the course that I just sold you. And then you sign up as many people as you can. And then they sign, what is that? What is that? Tell me what that is. It's literally a pyramid scam. And most of it is watered down, regurgitated bullshit. And there's no depth to it, and you're not learning anything. Literally, I've seen the courses. I've done the cold calls out of curiosity. Do you guys want to do, oh, come. And I'm sitting here, and it's like a whole fucking, it's like literally like, it reminds me of back in the day. Oh, you win a free trip to Las Vegas, but the entire time you're in Vegas, you're in these like, you know, timeshare sales. Hey, Candace. Thank you. I can't say that. I'm sorry. Dulcinea? Please don't hate me. But okay, I'll put it to you like this. And then you feel bad if you can't. Like, how many of you have seen, like, oh my God, I want to take this class. I want to learn from this person. And then you go click on their links, and then you notice on their page, they never say how much it is. To me, as soon as that's a red flag right away for me. If I click on somebody's page and I see that they don't have a price, and I scroll, you know, click here and give me your email address to see, you know, if you're interested in more, and you get down, and it's like, for a low price of $5,000. We're in an economic crisis, and people have the audacity to charge that much. That means to me, you're not about helping people. You're about making money. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to make money. There's nothing wrong with wanting to make money. But if you're in the spiritual business, your number one job is to help people heal. Your number one job is to help people elevate their energy so they are okay. If that is not your number one goal, then you're lost. You're lost in the sauce, and you need to recalibrate your chakras. You need to soul search and talk to spirit, because if your number one job is to just make money, you ain't doing something. You're disconnected. You're not on point. And I know, because I've been there. I've been in the place where I felt the pressure, where I needed to charge more, I needed to do this, I needed to do that, but it didn't feel good. I hated it. I didn't feel right. I'm going to tell you right now, if you click the people's links and all they're doing is trying to get you to sign up for a course and have your friends sign up for a course and do all these things, that's an MLM. I don't care what anybody says. And I'll fucking fight you. I'll beat your ass. And that's on 3D magic. That's on, like, you are not gonna keep preying on people and getting people to, and then it gets better. I've seen literally where you can finance these, like, you can, they'll be like, it's investing in yourself. You can take a loan out to take these pre-recorded courses. You can take a loan out. I've seen people say, we have financial assistance. We have financial aid. We have payment plans for a pre-recorded course. You go check out Shaman Durek. Go take one of his courses. You can pick and choose each one you want, and you pay $40, $50 for the entire pre-recorded thing, which is like a 1, 2, 3 hours, depending on what it is. All the information right there. Shaman Durek, who's literally one of the most prestigious, shamans in the world, doesn't charge that. You follow the Bolesky on TikTok. powerful medium, on point, been doing this for years, worked her way up from the bottom, is where she is now. You go to her page and she offers tons of free webinars, and she's constantly doing what we have to do as spiritualists, pro bono work. Right? But sign up now or you lose all these free gifts. Literally. The new boss babes. Literally the new boss babes. And you gotta look at it like this, right? So you go to the Bolesky's page. Yeah, you gotta pay $400 for a fucking an entire 1 hour thing with her. Okay? She's high demand, you know, should be, and I think is already recording TV shows. You know what I mean? But you're doing a one-on-one session where you're live with her. Live. But she offers a ton of free stuff because as a spiritualist, that's what Spirit wants us to do. They want us to jump on live like this, like we're doing right now. What you and I are doing, I'm not asking you for anything. And I'm just communicating the information and channeling the information I'm meant to put out in the world, giving you guys the messages for free. We're meant to do this. Now, if you want to invest a little bit more, yeah, you can book a one-on-one with me if you want to, you know, whatever. But all of this knowledge right here that I'm imparting on you, the wisdom that I'm giving you right now, that's free. Because it's meant to be free. It is. All of this, like, and I'm telling you right now, I've taken the classes. I've seen what they are. You can read a book. You think, where do you think they got all the knowledge from? Where do you think all the knowledge that they got that they have in these courses came from? Think about it. You have access to all that shit too. All of it. The Bolesky, I'll use her as an example. If you don't follow her, she's amazing. You should follow her. Every single day she does a live, just like this, for free. Answering questions. Talking about, you know, live experiences that she's had in her thing. Literally every day. Shaman Dirk, you can find him on Instagram lives all the time, free. Just dropping knowledge. Dropping fucking gems. Gems for free. Literally free. It's crazy. Now, do I think pre-recorded courses are a bad thing? No, absolutely not. I think they're great. But you shouldn't be charging fucking, you know, there's this one other person, I think she's called Francesca Amber. She's a British podcaster. And what she does is brilliant. She has a Patreon. The Bolesky, the Balesky. She, you know, she does a book club, which I want to do eventually. And she has a Patreon, and you pay like $12 a month, and you have access to every single podcast she does like 2 or 3 a week, on top of the one that she does for free that's on Apple iTunes that she does every Friday. So my point is, Spirit just wants you to know that you're on point. And you don't need to listen to anybody. You don't even need to listen to me if you don't want to. You don't need to book in a reading with me if you don't want to. If you feel compelled to, let's do it. Let's do work. But my point is this. Be wary of what's going out there right now, because there's a whole lot of predators. There's a whole lot of predators right now in the spiritual community. A ton. I can't even stress this to you guys enough. Like, the amount of predators in the spiritual community right now is terrifying. And you want to know what this is spiritual warfare. You hear about it all the time. This is spiritual warfare. Because these bitches will put you in debt. And what is more low vibrational than being in terrible debt? What is more low vibrational than being in a place where you're desperate? What do you mean, beauty? Oh, thank you. That's for Daddy's, when Daddy plays Madden. I know, look, the doggies chewed it up. Yeah! What do you mean? Okay. I'm gonna be live tonight, guys, to do some... Hey, out! No. Leave my angels alone. They don't want you to manhandle them. Say 10 minutes? I'm gonna be doing a live tonight, for paid readings. I know people are always asking me for those. I mean, like, I don't understand, like, But what are they charging you for? Like, I'm talking about live paid readings. There's nothing wrong with that. Readings one-on-one, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, what bothers me is the whole, you know, MLM strategy, like, where it's like, take my course, sign up. They're literally selling a lifestyle where they're like, oh, if you sign up and take this course, you too can be a bad bitch like me and run your own podcast or have your own spiritual business or do this, where it's like, take away spiritual business and put Color Street in there. Okay, literally. Here's a great, you know, business where you can, you know, make your own money, work when you want to work, you know, and make a ton of money selling these products. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. You know, I'm thinking like 8 Central. Yeah, no, see, I'm not talking about readings. I'm not talking about that. Readings are different because readings, you're tapping into somebody's personal energy and you're doing energetic work. That's different. I'm talking about when you're talking about these pre-recorded, you know, sign up, take this course, and all they teach you is how to do cold calls and to get more people to sign up. Their whole thing. I had a conversation with somebody that I communicate with here on TikTok a lot, and I'll never forget the conversation that we had where it was like, yeah, you know, I'm really struggling, like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. I was like, oh, but, you know, I did sign up 2 people today to take my courses. You know what I mean? I'm thinking like 8 Central. Because it is a pyramid. It literally is a pyramid scheme. It literally is a pyramid scheme. If people are like, if you're scrolling through TikTok, right? Or you're going through Instagram and it's all these like, sign up for this class for $6,000 and then, you know, you can have your own business, you know, just like me, where I made, you know, because you started the pyramid scam, so of course you're making 6-7 figures a month. You know, it's one thing if you're out here in your spiritualist like myself, or plenty of other beautiful spiritual people with amazing energy, and you're putting your love, sweat, and tears. Yeah, I think what kills me is like, they always, it's like, who do you think they're trying to sign up? People who are desperate, people who don't really have the money, and that's why they offer, you know, financial aid. Trust me, I almost got caught in a lot of these things. I mean, I know what I'm talking about because I saw it firsthand. Oh, you're so sweet. There's plenty of other really great people out there, though. No, but Audrey, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Read the books, and that's another thing. Like, this is another thing I'm going to be starting here probably in July. I can't start it in June because my stepkids are going to be here. So I think July, I'm going to start a book club, okay? And so the book club is going to be kind of like, you know, you pay like $10 a month. That's it. It's just so for me to facilitate everything. And, you know, and I'm going to try to pick books that are not really expensive, and that, you know, we go through the books together, we all at the same time. Oh, they've been doing this for a while, Maddie, unfortunately. You know, it's crazy how much I learned from my husband, because, you know, I talk about it all the time. You know, he's the one that kind of remind me, Kiss, keep it simple, stupid. You know, keep things simple. Hey, Lacey. Oh, you're sweet. I'm trying. There's other people you can trust out here, guys. But, you know, use your discernment. I'm not going to sit here. I'm so grateful for you guys to trust me. I love you guys so much. You know how I feel about. But I'm talking about, like, you know, there are incredibly wonderful spiritual practitioners out there, witches out there, psychics out there. There are amazing people out there. Unfortunately, you know, the whole boss babe movement has shifted from MLMs into here. And it's real. And it's crazy to me. And that's spiritual warfare. Because they're taking over the spiritual community, and you know, it's not supposed to be like this.
No.
If you really think about it, it's like it got trendy and then it got exploited. Right? Well, thank you, Claudia. Does that make sense? It got trendy and then it got exploited. Hey Ben, you missed the whole thing. I know you'll relate with this. I've been talking to people about like the boss babes in the spiritual community now.
Oh no, you good?
What happened, baby? Oh, here. You know, talking about how like everyone's selling a pre-recorded course for thousands of dollars now, and then yeah, it's like a whole thing. Well, it might mean that you need to put one up above yours if you haven't already. You know, the boss babes of spiritual. Yeah, where it's like the new MLMs have come in, and it's like, you know, to the point where literally they offer financial aid. It's crazy. Usually that to me, Tinkerbell, like, or Tinkerblues, I feel like that message to you is that you need to just have boundaries and protect your boundaries. There's so many, and I try so hard to keep up with them and to block them so they can't like steal my info. If you notice, they're not posting my they're not reposting my stuff as much. You know, Ben, TikTok needs us. They need us light workers. They need the people that are authentic, because there's too many people out there. Boss babes of Witch Talk. I love that. It's like they really are the boss babes of the spiritual community in Witch Talk. Like, really. I think the more I thought, like, for the longest time, I was like, I'm going to leave TikTok. This isn't my place for me. And then I realized, I was like, that's all the more reason for me to stay. Because there are so many people out there that are looking for people like us, that are going to be authentic, that are going to be real with them, that are going to give them the truth and not sugarcoat things, and, you know, really kind of create a safe space for people who truly are trying to heal. And so I stay. It's not easy sometimes. Thank you, guys. You know, it's not easy. No, that's mine. It's not easy at times. But, you know, there's got to be people like us out there, where people who are seeing through the bullshit and are kind of like ready to really kind of embrace this lifestyle. Love you, Ben. So, and that's why I think, you know, I've thought about it a long time. Like, what can I do, one, to have a steady income, you know, to be fucking real, because the thing, I still got bills just like everybody else. And on top of that, you know, what can I do where I'm helping people lift up themselves, and not feed them bullshit. I don't want to sit down and pre-record a course anyways. That shit doesn't seem authentic to me. And like, for me, I'm talking about me. But, yeah, so I want to do like a book club where it's like $10 a month. And, you know, we all read the same book. We all go through it. Of course, I channel from the divine. They give us the lessons that we're meant to hear, blah, 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 blah. But to leave it also as an open forum where everybody can, you know, give their own impressions and share with every single person, you know, how things have, or how the book has touched them, what they took from the book. Oh, it's probably my daughter. The other thing is, I'm really struggling with content right now. I don't know exactly what direction I'm going to go in that, but that's okay. I don't, like, do you guys, what kind of content do you guys like the most from me? It's hard, Ben. It's really hard. I don't know. I mean, my daughter and my son are in the room. Google Meet works. Zoom is, I like Zoom call. It's $15 a month, but you can record the entire classes and then like upload them like on a YouTube page where everybody who's in the class has the private link, which is kind of dope. Yeah, so I took those down because I'm gonna redo them because I think I want to simplify it a little bit more, and then yeah, because it's so, like, it's so funny. I always know that I'm on the right track because I get more pushback. Is anybody else having issues with getting or hearing what I'm saying? Really, my kids did Zoom. They didn't do Google Meet. So I don't really know. I have a Google Meet account because when I used to do Snip Feed, I did Google Meet, but I haven't done that in a while. Maybe close the live, Candace, and then like open it up again. Weird. I'm watching my daughter harass my child. I guess every school district would just, you know what, they did do Google Drive for their school. I remember hers homework, but they did Zoom classes. Ooh, Idaho. So I think the first book we're gonna do is, I think what I want to kind of do is like 2 books a month. And then what I'll do is like, we'll either do like a Zoom meeting where I can pre-record it and then like post it to the, like, wherever we're gonna do it, maybe Patreon, I don't know. And then what we'll do, or like I'll film a podcast talking about everything so you guys can like listen at your, like, when you can, and so you don't have the pressure to really kind of, because showing up to meetings is a lot of pressure for people, because whereas when you can kind of just like read the chapters, you know what I mean, that we're kind of working on, and then sort of jump on and hear like a podcast, me talking about it, and then being able to comment your opinions underneath it so you can feel like involved. I think I'll do something like that. But I want it to be accessible to everybody, and, you know, maybe we'll call it like book club bitches or some shit, I don't know. Exactly, and that's the thing. The other thing that I'm really working on right now is discipline. I tend to be very flaky because for my betterment of my spiritual path, I've been, oh, you know, spiritualists, you know, we do in spirit and da-da-da, but that's bullshit. You know, we're still responsible. We still need to have discipline because it's important. So I'm working on learning self-discipline right now. I don't know if anybody else relates with that. So one of the books that I have in mind that I just ordered, I'm going to look through now because I've never read it before, but everyone says that it's a great method of manifesting. And I think that manifesting is probably going to be like a big topic that we talk about, but it's not going to be the only topic, because I think, you know, what kind of book club would I be if we didn't do spirituality, if we didn't do things like tarot, if we didn't do things like archangels, if we didn't do things like that, you know what I mean? Like, we might even, like, I might even grab like a witchcraft book for the month because that could be fun, or, you know, a healing book or whatever, you know. Well, the moon's also in Sagittarius, so it's hard to have discipline as well. But I think the first book is the magic. I think I'm gonna do the magic first, which is really cool. And I think we'll only do 1 book for the first month, because there's a 28-day challenge in it, which I think would be really cool, where every single day you guys can log into the Patreon and like everybody can kind of post, they can either use, thank you. And I think also what I'm gonna do is to try my best for a lot of the books to be on Kindle Unlimited already. So, because I know a lot of people already have Kindle Unlimited, but also money is an issue, and we can't pretend that it's not. You know what I mean? We're in an economic crisis, and it is what it is. And at the same time, that doesn't mean that we should feel like we don't have access to things. So for a lot of people that have Kindle, I'm gonna try to find a lot of books that are already on Kindle Unlimited, because then that way, you know, you're paying $10 a month for the book club, but you're not having to shell out a ton of money for books every month. Yeah, exactly. I think that would be really cool. And I'll try to look for books also that have audibles as well, because I know a lot of people retain information audibly. Yes, exactly, Tinker Blues. I think for me, I have to be really drawn to a specific book to buy it. A lot of times, like, I'll read it on Kindle Unlimited first, or I'll even buy it on Kindle, you know, and then if I really love it, I'll buy the hard copy just because, well, I hate to say that, but the aesthetic. I have a hard time reading real books anymore ever since I've discovered reading Kindle. I don't know what it is, but I struggle. But aesthetically, I love having the book. I know, it's so silly. But yeah, I think what's gonna happen is I just love the idea of a book club, because I feel like, you know, it's like we talk, like, you know, I don't know who said it in the chat, but it's like, well, just read the books that they're reading. Exactly. Let's just read the books that they're reading and build our own spiritual practices. But there will be a heavy emphasis on spirituality. It won't just be manifesting. I think manifesting is really important, but only part of it. Yeah, exactly. My big worry is, like, God forbid there's some crazy crisis and we don't have electricity anymore, and then I lose all my books. You know? I'm like, oh no. So I think, like, subconsciously I always buy, like, the specific books. What's wrong, Zoe? But the cats are up here now. It's like always mayhem here. But okay, I'm gonna pull a card just to leave you guys with for today. Until you see me tonight, if you choose to. Just if you choose to. Right. So I'll pull a card for my Archangels deck.
Yeah,
Card. Peace. Archangel Chamuel. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. And I think that's literally why I literally name all of my lives the same thing now, which is love never fails. Just remember that no matter what, at the end of the day, you are loved, okay? Just remember that you're not alone. Remember that I love you and that everything is going to be okay. I think it's really important, and it's kind of what I was talking about earlier if you were here in the live was, you know, at the end of the day, the most powerful affirmation you can say is, I am enough. I am okay. I am safe. When you master those three, everything else gets so much easier. No, I am enough, I am okay, and I am safe. Master those three affirmations, and you'll see a huge shift in your energy. And it's what I'm working through right now. I won't even lie to you guys. I've been going through it, and I'm realizing now what I'm not working. I have not emotionally dealt with the abuse that I went through with my ex-husband to the point where I can really release it. And a lot of the reason why is because I haven't felt emotionally safe. And it has nothing to do with anyone but myself, okay? It's not like I'm pointing the finger at anyone. So where I'm going to start, and I'm going to say every single day, is I am enough, I am okay, and I am safe. Did anybody else feel like my heart hurts when I say that? Like, that's how much pain I'm in, and I didn't realize how much pain I'm still in. Literally. When I say I am okay, or I am safe, my heart hurts. Because I'm in that much pain. I just hide it really fucking well. So tonight, 8 p.m. Central. Oh yeah, very heavy heart. For a lot of reasons. 8 p.m. Central, I'll be here. If anybody's looking for a paid reading. Yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you hopefully at 8 p.m. Central, even if you just want to hang out. 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. I do earlier, but I gotta feed my kids and my family. They're always eating. Love you guys. Have a great day. I'll make sure to get this up on YouTube as soon as I can in case anybody wants to listen to anything. All right, bye.